with an unearthly light. She slammed the door and turned the lock. The sickening thud of flesh and bone against foot-thick wood sent a shock-wave that almost knocked Elaine to the floor. Then, a squeal of pain, a whimpering, a soft pawing at the door. Finally, silence. The sinister warlock stood on a cliff, arms high above his head, white limbs unfurling like albino serpents from within the depths of his crimson robes. His hands offered the copper scarab to the dark heavens, while below the weary knight and his faithful steed awaited their gruesome fate. Damn! Do I use the endomorphic travel ring or blast the sucker with the laser-scoptic sword? 15-year-old Lucas Marino talked to himself, never taking his eyes from the computer screen. The scarab makes this guy immune to laserscopy. Gotta go with the travel ring. His fingers flew over the keyboard. Out of the darkened sky came crashing thunder, scorching lightning, and the gentle gurgling of a small stream. A crescent moon hung with the soft white stars in the night sky. No more warlock. "Friggin' great!" he shouted. A golden retriever sat up and barked. "Sorry, Shadow." Lucas knelt and absently ruffled the dog's head and chest fur. "Course, now the ring's juice is gone and I'm stuck until I find another endomorphic power source. Where the hell am I, anyway?" Lucas hadn't been in that level of the game before. He shrugged. Any place is better than the penumbran deserts. And being out of juice beats the heck out of being torched by lightning. Lucas pressed more keys. Time to scope out the place. The knight dismounted and tethered his horse to a cherry tree in blossom. He stared through the bars of a 10-foot iron fence, topped with wicked sharp finials. Inside stood a 3-story wooden structure, the 3rd story smaller than the first 2, and the top 2 stories covered in gold, each with a black sloping roof. It sat at the edge of a lake, surrounded by pines and cherry trees. "Campanic, Sir Lucas?" asked a computerized voice. The soft masculine voice reminded Lucas of the slither of a snake, freaked him out a little. He didn't trust it. Campanic, compass, map, and almanac. What dweeb thought up that name? Lucas shook his head and said, "No," then took another bite of a half-eaten apple. The words, "Buddhist Temple, Japan," appeared on the computer screen, followed seconds later by a red flashing light and siren. Some kind of a warning. Oh, man. Lucas pounded the desk. Shadow's cold nose nudged his hand. He scratched behind the dog's ears, never taking his eyes from the monitor. Dozens of strange symbols flickered on the screen. Lucas leaned back in the swivel chair, arms crossed. "This friggin' bites." He tossed the apple core into the metal trash can where it landed with a clang. Okay, I know we're in Japan, and me with no friggin' lingual decoder badge. Lucas sat up in his chair. "I'm going in." He leaned over the keyboard, shoulders hunched, rapidly pressing the directional keys to animate his computerized alter ego. The knight climbed the cherry tree, balanced on the fence, and jumped. The horse whinnied. The knight crossed through the trees and ran to the temple, edging along the wooden wall toward the lake. Suddenly, a low snarling sounded. The knight stopped. A high-pitched shriek followed. Shadow howled. "There's got to be a door somewhere. Come on, man!" Lucas urged the knight on. The knight began to run. The snarling and shrieking grew louder. Shadow whined and tried to crawl under the desk. "What's going on in there, Lucas?" After a knock, the door flew open. Sandra Marino entered, holding a pile of folded clothes. "What's wrong with Shadow?"